I've been so excited about this unit ever since her initial release. Now she's finally on global, and it's time to see what she can do. This is pretty much going to be a first impressions of her, testing her out in a few different team comps, seeing what her damage is really like. And yeah, I'm excited. So if you guys love Super Saiyan God Valerie, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Your boy had to swipe the credit card just a little bit for this. Overflow gives you more damage based on the amount of units that are above 70% HP or more. You also have physical equipped CT speed 20% up, and you autofill your arc gauge by 5 when HP is 80% or more. The only thing I would wish here is that she had some type of innate attack buff as well in the passive, but that is actually included over here in the art. She gets a attack buff and a skill CT buff, which is very important. She also reduces enemies damage res by 20%, and this stacks. The true art is going to be able to ignore enemies defense by 100% and increase water units damage by 200%. And then finally we have the super art, which adds her current attack times 10% to your super art damage multiplier. It's going to skyrocket this thing to godly numbers if you have tons and tons of attack on her, and it also recovers whoever has the lowest HP by 60%, which works amazingly for her passive. In terms of her equip slot, she has a 5-star physical, and a 4-star support. In terms of best in slot here, highly recommend you're picking up her true weapon, True Rising Nova. This gives her 50% more attack, and it autofills your arc gauge by 2. For the next item, I would highly recommend using some that's either buffing up your damage, buffing up your attack, or your arc gauge. And then finally, for the 4-star support, I recommend either using Fin Aloha Shorts, Arc Ignite. I would recommend a 4-star support that gives attack, but I'm not for sure if that exists or not. If it does, you guys will have to let me know down below. And then finally, for the crest slots, very easy. You guys probably already have picked up on it. Attack up is an absolute must-have on her. Arc gauge up, very good, right? And if you decide to get another crest on her outside of this, all stats up to give her a bit more attack, or skill CT. My god, does that look like it's straight out of PSO2. We have the attack skill here, just an uppercut. We have the skill, which I think is very reminiscent of the original Valerie. I think she did a lot of this like kind of somersault spin attacks. We have the art here, which is going to be just another somersault, and it looks like she's powering up a bit. We have her true art, which is a dash forward, somersault backwards, another very fast animations, right? And then super art, I love this one. This is where she transforms finally, does crazy work all around, slams down on the ground, looks really nice. I kind of wish there was more of an impact here. I don't know if they actually have like screen shake and stuff like that at their disposal on GS, but I would have loved if like at the end, whenever you see her come crashing down, if they allowed the screen to shake on that, because it seems like that should be a very powerful hit. So maybe throw some screen shake in there, you know, make it a bit more powerful. I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. We're going to be using Hoka, Shiro, Valerie, and I actually want to use Saito Hajime. Now the reason for this is because of course Valerie does have the attack buff innately, but I'm going to see if it stacks with the attack buff from Hoka. Saito Hajime can also use art to give Valerie 20% more stats as well, which may be a bit beneficial. We'll have to see if it all stacks or not. Oh yeah, I guess we gotta show off the art, right? This is what the art looks like. Very cool, very nice. I just wish that we could take away the home UI so we could see it in all of its glory, apart from just having all of this pop-up stuff on screen. It just doesn't look good like that. So first things first is to test whether or not all this stuff actually stacks with Valerie. To give her the attack buff, there's the attack buff. We're gonna be using this. Does this stack with that? It does not. So if you are gonna be using Hoka with her, either just use Valerie's art or just use Hoka's art. So we're gonna be popping off with this, and once we get into our art here in just a second, there we go, there's our art. We now have tons of attack buffs on Valerie. Now Valerie's attack buff lasts for 30 seconds, which is pretty lengthy, which means we should be able to loop it into our true art, and we should be able to also capitalize on a super art as well before it runs out. So we're going to be using the super art right here. We're going to be popping off with all of this, and let's see what the damage is right here. That's actually, ooh, I'm seeing 592 per hit. I should have actually did that. Damn, she's ramping up quick. What the world? What? Okay, we're going to actually, I think she already hit once, but I am going to reset it just to see what her DPS is per hit right here. Let me see what we got going on. Dude, she's dealing deeps, bro. 91 million from a super art? Oh my lord, she's dealing DPS. It's one thing to show her in the damage practice though, it's another thing to actually show her in gameplay. So let's try Memories the Comet first. We do need to try to stay above a certain amount of HP, of course. One thing that is going to be a bit difficult in this, more so than anything else, is actually utilizing Valerie's art to be able to get off like her big attack buff. In certain situations, depending on who you have on the team, it may just be better to use Hoka's art to get the big attack buff off, because yeah, I feel like in some cases it's not going to be able to happen. Wow, did he actually feint her? Okay, bro, whatever. Gonna be seeing if we can do anything with Valerie. Oh yeah, big damage right there. Valerie's already killed him just like that. Dang, did she even have her defense ignore up? I don't think she had defense ignore up. I mean, this is an older boss, but still. Check out the detail screen. We're at 17 million with Valerie. Not too bad. So far, she's looking really good. I was definitely a little bit nervous that maybe Valerie would be a bit too old now and she wouldn't be able to hang with some of the newer characters we got, but she's not looking bad whatsoever at the moment. We finally got Shiro's art up after who knows how long, man. He's gonna be trying to do some damage to us. We shouldn't really be taking too much here. Hopefully not. We are going to, no wait, we don't need a break yet. This isn't at the threshold we need a break. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna pop off with our super art here. We're gonna be using our true art with Diablo, and we are going to hopefully be dealing quite a bit of damage, maybe with Valerie. There we go. There's the rest of the damage. I mean, DPS wise, I think she has us more than covered here. It's just like in this situation, so like what's happening right now, she's not going to be adding anything to the team. Like literally nothing that she's going to be doing is beneficial at this current point, since she can't deal damage because we have to wait for a break. To be honest, we could have really used break items on her to just freaking have it to see if how well that would do, but we are really close to actually breaking him, so we're gonna pop off with this. Hopefully we'll have all of our stuff ready for as soon as we get out of this. Let me see, because 200 arcades to everyone. We're gonna pop this, we're gonna pop that. She's not frozen, Chloe is, which isn't that big of a deal. We're gonna pop with our super art, which means Valerie should insta kill this guy, no problem whatsoever, right? Yeah, this guy's getting, dude, Roy's getting cooked by Valerie. We might be able just to end it off right here with Valerie with another super art. We're gonna see what we're doing. Oh dang, we got stunned. Okay, we need to build up some of our stuff again just real quick here. Shiro should be able to end it with like his unlimited blade works passive, or Chloe should be able to end it with her art, right? Please, somebody hit him. Somebody, anybody, thank you. Not too bad, not too bad. But you did see a flaw already with her, is that if she's not able to just deal damage for the team, she's kind of here for no reason. We have 26 million on that one right there. Still a very strong character that has aged like fine wine. I feel like she's just as good as she was whenever she initially released on JP. Of course, we do have a lot more contender, but this character I feel like is equally kind of up there with them. Crazy DPS, crazy damage. If you supply her with like enough arch gen, she can kind of just handle it all on her own, from the damage buffs in her kit, the attack ups. She has everything to be a very formidable damage dealer without needing too much extra support. I say if you have Hoka, great combo. If you have Ultimate Paladin Roy, also a really good character to pair her up with. Either way though, that's gonna be it for this one. Tell me down below what you all think about Super Saiyan God Valerie. We loving her? We hating her? What's the deal? Let me know all that type of stuff down below in the comment section. You already heard my thoughts, would love to hear yours. Oh, one more thing before y'all leave, don't forget to drink water.